Alright, good night. Today we are gonna do something quite interesting and I think a bit advanced, but I think it's gonna work for CRETE. So I keep thinking about how to spawn AI. Is maybe the fourth or the fifth generation or iteration of the AI director system on CRETE, and I've been always going back and forth. Happy with some results, but there is always something that I'm missing or something that I would like to implement. And one of these things is a intensity kind of Overwatch system, or sometimes how do you space groups of enemies between them while you are making a procedural level and you don't have all the information of how the level is going to look. It could be quite open space, it could have like massive holes, it could be quite narrow, and you need to keep an eye on how to produce this. So the approach I did a couple of weeks ago, the previous approach of the one I got now, it was basically based on different spawners, and the spawners just basically spawn enemies, and when you are close to the spawners, you have them. That's okay, but that doesn't guarantee me that are gonna be massive pixel difficulty, because I'm not sure about the spawners, I'm not sure about the players' situation, so it's not the best solution. So what I was thinking is, rather than having the spawners with the agency of choosing when to spawn by the distance of the player to the spawners, I want to have the AI director that I already have for other tasks to take care of what of all the spawners is gonna be the one spawning. So with that, I can even avoid parallel spawning at the same time, that sometimes you are close to do two spawners and both spawn enemies at the same time, so you have double amount of enemies, and obviously it's not fair in terms of difficulty. So the way I can do that is to prevent to have different spawners working at the same time, and the AI director chooses what to spawn, how many enemies, what difficulty, what pace, while the other spawners wait for this task to be ended. Once the enemies of that spawners are defeated, I can just keep going with other tasks with the AI director. So basically the idea to do this is, I don't even want to create spawners actors. Sorry, let me just say hello. Hey Vinny, how are you? More AI, today is gonna be more AI. Spawning system, basically. So we got the level of CRETE, which is a grid, basically, with a lot of cells. So I'm gonna just draw some of them, not all of them. So a bit of imagination, CRETE is basically this multiply in all the cells. So there are different things I have to do to make this work. The first one is to wait the navigation mesh to be ended, because I'm gonna use EQS to decide what are the spawners and put different rules and score those spawning points for different tasks later. But one thing is true, if I do the EQS with one specific check that I care, which is, do this point has a path to a specific given point I'm gonna give later? If yes, you are on a spawning point, and that given point is gonna be static. It's gonna be a position I'm gonna choose in the map, and if the pathfinding doesn't find a path, means that that point is not a spawner, because the AI can't find a way of reaching that point. There is an exception. The exception is there are some modules that they are caves, and those caves are in the air. They are a bit, like maybe from meters or 4 meters or 5 meters from the floor. And I have guarantee, I know that the AI can jump down these cliffs while the navigation mesh is gonna fail. The pathfinding is gonna fail, but the AI knows how to jump and how to navigate in more complex volumes that the pathfinding doesn't consider. So I need to be a bit careful with that. But regardless, what I want to do is to finish the navigation mesh and do a query to give me, I don't care, 300 points. Each point is not gonna be an actor. Each point is gonna be a potential location that can be spawning different groups of enemies. So then the AI director is gonna take this array, and every 3-4 seconds, hopefully multi-thread, that's the thing I maybe need to work, it will find what is the closest, or more than the closest, what is the most convenient point, because the closest is not the best. Maybe the closest is in your back. So no, I never use navigation invokers. They are expensive. I didn't like them. There was always something. I really never like them. I just do statically. Nothing changes the navigation mesh. I just calculate the nav mesh. It takes literally 20 seconds because the other tasks are happening in multi-thread, and you don't even feel it, and it's already done, and it's in memory, and I don't need to now do chunks and be scared about nav mesh not calculated here, or having some spikes because 20 actors are separated and all of them are calculating navigation meshes, or not finding, you know, it's annoying. I never liked them. It's so precious time that I don't want to hit that in performance. I never use that. So maybe like 2 years ago in the very beginning for procedural generation, I need dynamic invokers. No, not really, because it's procedural, but it's not changing. It's not Minecraft. You have the level and it's static. So basically I calculate that in the beginning and that's it. Everything goes off and dormant. Anyway, the thing is, I'm gonna calculate points, and once the points are done, those points are potential location. They are not gonna be actors, and that's another thing I can save. I can save in maybe 200 actors. Basically, they are gonna be locations, and I'm gonna iterate in these locations to find what is the most interesting candidate. It's gonna be cool because I can do even put some of these points in the array, like a very low score or something like that. I need to think about it though. Yeah, well, anyway, let's do it, because right now it's just talking. Let's put the music, normal volume. I had the volume makes sense. So let's start one thing that is very annoying, is the still really buggy, because this doesn't happen in pack games. But if you want to work in the editor, just put the normal shadow maps, and then when you pack, you can put the shadow maps, virtual shadow maps. But yeah, that's my little tip. So let's go to staging here. I don't know why I put staging. It's staging. They are not really bad, but you see, this is the navigation mesh calculating. So why should I keep calculating things that I know they are not changing? So that's it, done. Obviously, when you put meshes, it's a bit more expensive, but not quite a lot more. It's maybe like extra 10 seconds. The navigation mesh is calculated with the fallback geometry, not with the night, obviously. So it's pretty fair and it's pretty fast. They are not incredibly bad. They are not bad. They are just another budget to put to the CPU, I guess, right? Yeah, nav mesh has to be CPU for sure. I think there is something asynchronously. Yeah, it's asynchronously, but still, I guess it doesn't happen in game thread. Let me see. Dynamic nav mesh performance. Yeah. Yeah, I hate these forums. Not gonna lie, because people have like very strange opinions and ideas. I think one nav mesh and just have a spawn when the player is within. Nav mesh doesn't affect performance, but having yeah, nav mesh no. Dynamic calculations, I can tell you, yes. But this is a static navigation mesh. yes, whatever. Never like it. I always found good reasons. Actually, I always found good reasons to have. I have dynamic nav mesh, but they don't have invokers. Basically, it just calculates one time and then boom, nothing modifies the navigation mesh anymore. Nothing. If there is a wall in front of the AI because it's spawned, the AI has line traces and finds a new way manually. I like to control what is going on in the engine, because again, we need to don't forget that Unreal Engine, it was done for Unreal Tournament and Fortnite, and those are the things that most of the frameworks are focused. If you are trying to do procedural generation, it's better that you think about your own solutions. So that's my philosophy. So, okay, back to the point. I don't want. Let's open the classes we need to take care. One is the AI spawner spawn, spawner spawn. The spawners, spawner. It was the spawners of the spawners. Okay. So let's put this here. So basically now AI spawner, oh my god, the fucking dishwasher. It's gonna do this every 10 seconds. Okay, so many things are not used anymore. There was like a horde systems to fill AI back, macro waves of enemies, big horde. There was different systems, big hordes, and there was many things going on. I am starting almost from scratch because I really want to take care of things. So the one that the thing I want to do now, if I go to the begin play here, okay, check intensity AI. That's the function we did yesterday. So this is the thing that now I think I'm not gonna do. Or I can leave it, but I want to disconnect it. I don't want this to do anything at all. So rather than going to all the system that is using this, I'm gonna go to the begin play here, which is gonna be bueno. Vale, you win. Okay. This takes this, and then fire this event. Correct. So we are gonna deactivate this. No more spawners. No, navigation is great, and you have like really cool systems like AI detour, or you have also RVO, nice ways of avoidance, and it's okay. But again, the calculation is still something that if you don't need to, why you should? In my case, I don't need to, because I'm not changing the world. The world happens in the first 10 seconds. Once it's done, I calculate and I stop. Even if it's incredibly cheap, I want that extra little piece for other things, you know, for AI calculations, for tasks, for any other things. So that's a little bit my philosophy. Like, you know, I feel that CRETE at some point is gonna need budget for CPU, because there are gonna be a lot of calculations in terms of modifications of guns, ranges, secondary effects, gameplay effects. Many things are gonna be more and more complex, and every single math operation you put there, you are taking it from something else. So I really don't want to put extra load there. That's a bit what I'm thinking. Okay, so we can start this in different ways, but I believe the one that we should start is to use a pawn. I'm always scared because this usually crashes a lot. Let me see 1 second. the test pawn or something. I don't know if I'm gonna find it. I think I got test pawn, no? Testing EQS pawn. Okay, and this dude, which is my testing pawn, we can put him EQS location, and it's gonna give me a matrix of points of the different operations. So let's go to the EQS and let's take this one, let's copy paste this, and let's put then the number 2, and this number 2 is gonna be called spawner candidates, for example. So we are gonna open this up, and now we are gonna see what is the best operation. First of all, I don't want a circle, I want a grid. So let's start with that. Now, how big is gonna be the grid? Where should I place this? I guess first of all this should be in 0, 0. This should be definitely, actually no, well, that's kind of interesting. So if I put the grid here, I also can calculate these spawning positions while playing, but I'm not very fan of that. So there is a good thing already, as you can see. Well, not that good, but in theory, yeah, these are crossing the geometry, correct? Because it's navigation mesh, but then you can start filtering. We can do a, I guess pathfinding is the one. Yeah, this already filters very well. I'm wondering if maybe worth to do this dynamically. But there is an interesting point. I need to the problem is that when you have two locations of two players, you need to be constantly tracking both. What if one player is in the left part of the map, or like not in the left, right, because that's easy. They are let's say 50 meters separated, or one is 50 meters in front of the other. You know, that's harder. Let's say we are going to the north and the gate is in the door. Usually you want to spawn enemies more what is coming to you, no? Even if it's open world, it's more like going to the front, right? But one player is in the front and the other is in the back. So then you need to take care, who is the one? You need to check both, obviously, but who is, even you check both, who matters here more than other, you know? That's one of the things is bugging me a bit. Or what if, I mean, CRETE is cooperative 2 players, but imagine at some point we want to add 4 players and things like that. It is not about like, oh, you can check this in every player. It is like you need to keep an eye in every potential intersection of each other of the 3 players there. You don't want to have player 1 spawning AI in front of player 2. That's a situation there, and that's something that already happened in CRETE many times, because one is more relevant than the other. So you can also do an average of vectors, but that's not fair, because if one player is, let's say, 1 kilometer ahead and the other player is minus 1 kilometer back, they are gonna spawn in 0, meaning that both players have the enemies 1 kilometer away from them. So that doesn't work neither. Ideally, each player spawns its own AI in this case, but if they are together, you see that's again. Let's go to Paint. So let's imagine this is player 1. This, and this is player 2. Player 1 can spawn anything that is outside this bigger circle, so you don't see them spawning in the front. However, outside means that it can spawn an enemy right there, and right there, and right there. And the player 2, they are gonna see this in front of them. That's the first challenge that is already annoying me, even talking about. In the same way, player 2 can only spawn, usually in a donut, okay, between this and this, which in this inner donut is perfectly able to spawn things here. That's the first situation. And I hate it, because you don't want to spawn a lot of stuff that is not gonna be, you can say I spawn everything, whatever. That's not performant. That's incredibly bad idea. You are doing things for nothing, even if they are static. And I did this before, like having a pool of enemies that they are not possessed, but they are still there. They are still doing calculations. They are still referencing memory. There is no need of having that. What you can have is points. A point that represents an enemy. So yeah, I think today is gonna be a lot of thinking more than working until there is no an event for expose. You can check if navigation mesh is calculated and loop, and once you find that it's not calculating, you know that the nav mesh ended. I think it's nav mesh blah blah blah. Yeah, it's navigation being built, so you can just basically do a branch, and then you do a delay, and you keep checking this, and once it's done, blah blah blah. Yeah, I can do a EQS per spawn, but I really want a masterclass taking care of everything. The other thing is, if you think about prototyping, I shouldn't care about second player right now. I should just keep going and then design something for the second player to keep an eye. In other words, somehow this AI director needs to be a director of each player. And when they are together, maybe another system kicks out different one. But I need to think, and I'm gonna be thinking just a couple of extra minutes before jumping into music, because I want to make sure that this makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, it's a waste of time. EQS are gonna define points. So basically, let's take the grid, and we can. The context is the curer. Then the space between them can be 10 meters. And then we can do here, I think that's gonna be a lot, right? Yeah, they are a lot, but it is, we don't need this amount. Every tile I know is 33 meters. Something like this, it makes sense. It is funny because I'm not really convinced yet about this. And the reason of why I'm not convinced, well, of course, anything is fun because you are in the air. But if I put you here, you have there your system. Do I need to see the numbers? I want to optimize this a bit. Why they do a query system that its geometry is expensive to represent in the engine? Because it's not a problem of the query test, it's just these semi-translucent balls are fucking annoying. Oh man. Nah, I don't like this. Hey, what's up? Danny Blaze TV, I got you. Thank you so much, mate. Gracias. Okay, so let's think. I don't want to rabbit hole in this too much. I want to prove first if this works, and then I can decide if I'm gonna do AQS or not. What is other potential solution? Other potential solution is each cell is gonna be a potential spawner. Let me think again. Each cell that is not a rock is gonna be a potential spawner. How that sounds? That sounds correct. That sounds correct. How correct it is, I'm not sure. Sorry, I'm thinking about the procedural generation cloud point. Because there are paths, there are mazes, there are narrow paths, there are like regret paths, and there are intersections. I don't know if all that data is gonna be easy to retrieve at this moment. I want to have a very quick look, because that's actually similar of what I got already. The only thing I'm reverting is, rather than the spawners having agency, the director has the agency to spawn. That was the original change, to be honest. So the question is, if I go to the world spawner and I go to the is this one, I want a very simple check. I want every point, not a flip-flop. Not a flip-flop. I know I want every point. Let's stop this shit. Draw a sphere, and I want to see Man, this is slow. Why so slow? It's OBS. I want every point to be draw there so I can decide. If is equal 1, give me this point, mate. And let's draw this really... Yeah, big enough. Oh, okay. Man, something... Okay. And the thickness, I don't care. Maybe I care a bit. And segments, I'm fine with 5. Okay. Let's remove this testing. Are you kidding me? Fuck off. Okay. So, let's try that. And let's see. Okay, there are different things that I already see is not considering, and those are... Oh, first of all, I see I'm doing a zigzag. This was my choice, I understand that. But now I regret. And also I see that I'm not spawning anything in ramps. Which is actually... stupid in this case. So I'm not optimizing the entire space. It's not like every one of them is gonna be an spawner. It is like every one of them is a potential spawner. Now, why I see... Is my imagination? Or is like 2 spheres here? Ah, client. That's fucked up. Yeah, it's client server. But why? Why the rotation is different though? What? Holy shit. That's mental. Why the rotation of an sphere? Anyway, if I do this as authority, maybe we feel more confident. So that's correct. Now I'm gonna go to the event graph and I want to go to the beer path here. And I should have a flip-flop, most likely. No, not a flip-flop. This thingy. This thingy. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay, so let's put this as always 1. Again, the idea is to have all the points as potential candidates, not just half of them, and then we decide what to do with that. Who is adding me as friend? Fucking Discord, man. Okay, this makes more sense. I think the spheres are correct. I don't know. They look like 2 though, but yeah, whatever. Still wondering why there is no points here. Why there is no points here? And I know why. You see all this, no points. I know exactly why, because they are part of other path system. And because I'm stupid as well. Both things count. Let's don't discriminate. I'm stupid as well. And the reason I'm stupid is because I'm not considering other features of the procedural generation, like borders, narrow holes, corners, as candidates of being spawners as well. So that basically happens in the world spawner. Here I'm just dumb of doing this like this, and just a simple don't check this part of the integer is the set part of the integer, sorry, of the vector, integer vector, that basically functions as an ID, and this ID was filtering corners and borders and other stuff. So now finally, if everything works as expected, I should have every potential space as a candidate of being a spawner. Maybe minus arenas. I think even arenas. Now this makes more sense. Every point that is, I hope here there are no spheres. Yeah. So every point now is a candidate. Why these ones are not there? Oh yeah, this is an arena. These 4 tiles is an arena where you have the mountain with the X in the top that you need to climb. That's okay. And I guess here is the temple. What is this? The controllers are yet. Yeah, I see. And the temple, you should have this dude. That's correct. But everything now is a potential candidate minus arenas. And this is great because now finally I can decide what are the best points here to spawn AI. And the nice thing is they happen every 33 meters, so I can keep a interesting intensity. So the way I see this is, if you are in this point, joder, yeah, this is a bit hardcore. Maybe I need actors. So anyway, what I got in mind, if you are in this point, you don't generate anything in these ones. You generate in the second row, which is in total 60 meters. Even, I would say, in the third one, 90, almost 100 meters. That would be more interesting. In a square or in a radius, basically. This would mean maybe this, a rhomboid or something like that. Now the thing is, from every of these points, I need to find the perfect location. And I think it's already pretty good, I would say. But I'm a bit scared yet, because spawning is something quite delicate in a procedural level generation. You can maybe have a fucking tree there, so definitely you need extra checks. Yeah, today is gonna be dense and slow, but it's part of the journey of these systems. Okay, now we got the points. I'm not gonna spawn anything. I want every of these points to be part of this. Path spawner locations. So now I got the points here. Now I can choose who has the agency, if the spawner or the director. And I could even check what is the efficiency of both. So here I'm gonna have a massive cloud of points. I can try a test. I'm thinking a interesting test would be, let's see. So first of all, don't do anything here. I'm gonna go to the intensity I was playing around yesterday and today as well, here. So my plan is gonna be, just I'm curious, path is blah, 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 and then for each this is interesting because actually for each of these points I can take the pawns here I can do like a double check, like if the distance between the two players are less than this, follow the same system. If they start to be separated, separate the spawners. I think that would be the system that would make sense. The risk of being quite separated is just you're gonna be fighting separated, no? If you are together, but the consistency makes complete sense. But that later. What I can do here is closer or near, find nearest actor of each of these points. Poof. And this is gonna give me a massive amount of numbers, but also it's gonna give me the distance on all of them. So this distance, can do this temporary to see what we can get. We are gonna die here. Draw the back sphere. Let's put this as 5 segments. And the distance I want is the color. Okay, so I want to put a curve here. It's gonna be maybe, I think this one green to and this is okay, -1 to 1, that's okay. So we can go here and we can say, yo, ramp, no, clamp, float, and give me -1. Come on, man, use the fucking brain, it's not that complicated. Okay, and the distance I can say, let's put 30 meters to 1,000. We can put, yeah, 1,000 actually, it's 1 kilometer, so that's 1,000, and this is gonna be the color, and this is gonna be there for just 1 second, and the radius is gonna be 20. Okay, so we are making yeah, procedural generation is awesome and painful. I don't know what is more of the two, but it's fascinating when it works. It's frustrating when it doesn't. Like most of the things in life, right? What is even this? Oh yeah. Okay, so because maybe crashes everything I'm doing now here, points and sending the points. It's not gonna even, it's gonna spawn a maze, but nothing else. So maybe everything breaks now. Let's see. I'm wondering if okay, all the points are there. Meaning that I'm absolutely stupid. I guess I'm passing everything here. Okay. Sorry, limited, as you can see. Okay, let's try that again. There we go. A nice gradient. Of potential. I think it's okay. I think what takes performance is the drawing. Yeah, it's the drawing. I will do a very quick test now without drawing spheres and see if we have a problem there. But yeah, as you can see, why this is black though?
I need more energy.
Yeah, I guess I create. Yeah, that. Man, what the fuck? Wait.
Why is it's because the duration is. Oh, I see. Maybe the duration is a bit. Shouldn't be. Check intensity. I don't know why it's drawing those weird spheres there. Because this is only doing one time and then disappears in 1 second, so I really don't understand. Can I remove the... ah. Why so many points there? But yeah, definitely I'm making the black color my... Oh. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. What is this? Yeah, I'm not gonna do EQS, to be honest. Yeah, exactly. I think I'm gonna do even with this because it's enough. But I still wonder. This reminds me like Christmas lights. I'm wondering this mess here of... What is this? This is very weird. I don't like it. 1 second, let me check. I'm gonna make the spheres smaller. Like 5 meters. I'm bringing something I don't want. Oh, the beginning. Yeah, but that's for this. Then yes, okay, sure. The beginning is not spawning. Oh, fuck me. Yeah. I'm putting more spawners, more path in other places. Yeah. Including this. Okay. Let's remove this. Let's remove this. Let's remove... Oh, that's sad. Let's remove this, 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 this. I think that's it. Get the spawner. No, apparently not. Apparently... Ah, yeah. This is the one that really matters. This one is disconnected. Okay. This is one of the craziest classes. It's incredibly old. Okay. Bullshit. Alright. So we got... This one is off. This one is off. This one is off. This one is on. And this one is off. Okay. Let's test this one more time. Yeah, I'm currently spawning AI with player radius, random navigable point. Yeah, because I was checking if I could rely on EQS. I was doing that as well. But I still, the reason I want to have more control and specific spaces and not random is for keeping an intensity constant and having an understanding of what is the current situation. Music stop, I guess, because why not? Oh, I see. Oh, man, sano, dude. Just give me a song and shut the fuck up, maybe. Okay, there we go. Everything is cleaner now. Forests. Now every one of these dudes is a potential spawner. And what they will do is each of these points, then it will do IQS most likely. Now, this is still my question. Well, my question, my dilemma. If we got this position in the world and I want to spawn AI, okay, we got. Let's do this properly. We got different scenarios. Because I need to think for real. And let's take now let's paint first where the fuck is the size? Okay, we got player 1, player 2 very together, player 1, player 2 separated in this fashion, player 1, player 2, player 1, player 2, I think this covers most of the situations. Well, I can have an extreme like what the fuck happens here when they are in different parts of the world. So, and now the question is, hey, thanks. I think the delay on the chat is incredible. What is the best position here to spawn? I would say here. What is the best position to spawn here? We could say this, but it's not, because first, the distance of this point is very small, and also the player here is giving the back to these enemies. So this is definitely not the best position. The solution could be here. It's a compromise, but it's hard in math to assume this. This is almost like machine learning. Why I think this is? Well, because it's in the front a bit, but not exactly in the back. It's a bit farther than normal spawning, but still in the front. It would be ideal position. If I don't find a way of doing this, kind of a smart algorithm, I think the solution of this one is actually 2 enemies here and 2 enemies here. What happens here? The same. Should the AI spawn here? I don't think so. It's not intuitive, it's weird. What happens? Some of them are gonna be here and the others are gonna be go there. It doesn't make too much sense. If they are separated, they go like this. This one is complicated because now we have a problem. You don't want to spawn these guys here for this one and this one for this one, basically because these are in the back. This is the hardcore one. This is the hardcore one. If this happens, I believe the solution is to spawn 3 in front of the yellow. And this one doesn't have spawns at all. Because this happens when a player is just picking up stuff, is on the back, joins a session that already started. It doesn't make sense to start spawning things on the tail of the players that they are in the front, you know. This is easy to calculate somehow. The problem is what is front, you know, and what is back. What if the players are returning back because they forgot something, you know? You need to check an average of the vector in the last. It's crazy, it's fucking shit, no joke. It's complex as hell, man. It's incredible. I thought, procedural. When you do AI spawning with procedural levels, you don't fucking know what they are doing. You don't know where they are in. It's crazy shit. And you need to optimize this in open world. Now we got one here and another here. Again, this one is easy. They are so separated that this doesn't interfere this at all. And there is no player, so no need to spawn anything at all. So it's quite of a problem here. So the only thing is, if they are together, I can do a completely easy system. When they are separated is where I need to maybe do a completely different system of how to do this. Calculate the distance of each one. And reduce the amount of enemies. But if they are together, boom. What is true is that the other system already takes care of this almost for granted. It's a bit painful, eh? But the problem, I can show you. I'm gonna play actually to illustrate the problem a bit more. It's not here, sorry, I'm stupid. Give me a second, I'm gonna put it on normal. Because the Steam one is already all. Let me just open. But maybe again, maybe it's not that bad. I'm just overthinking. Because I notice I play and it's like, I'm not very convinced. Okay, let me just Close this shit. Okay. Opening, eh? Just takes time. Bear with me. Okay. There we go. So this is the latest system. Should I test in the... I'm gonna test here. With all the risks. So here now, for example, is calculating navigation mesh. And the level is already generated. It's doing basically the grass and the foliage calculations. This is the grass spawning. But now, at this moment, it's already calculating the nav mesh. And what I do is to lock the cinematic at 30 FPS, which is great because I can leave the rest for the navigation mesh generation, which is still calculating right now. Nanite is not gonna load the textures because I have Unreal in the background. Screwing me. Like this shit. Anyway, that's Nanite problems and memory.
You're one of those lucky individuals where dying is just a formality. Remember to steal enough ancestors' technology before it happens.
So they are already spawning with this old system I mentioned. And they have their point. This is an spawner. This piece of metal is an spawner. And that's the one that actually I think spawned this enemy. Yeah, I can do a con radius. Yeah, con radius is kind of interesting. The problem is I don't know the direction of the enemies. Oh, these are not alive because yeah, I broke that system there. You see, there we go. Now intensity is a bit higher because and now nothing is spawning. Now again. There is another bug that the AI get destroyed if they don't move, but that's stupid because sometimes they don't move in combat, and that's silly. You see problems with the spawning points.
You see, when they get static, they get destroyed. I need to that's an easy fix, but I just fucked it up there, to be honest. So the intensity increases little by little. That's cool. But again, I broke many other things there. Like the spawners here are not working. This is something broken. There should be a house there, but I think I broke that shit. Oh fuck. It's a bit updated. Now they have a random sign. Oh lol, crash. What is this crash? I think it's a empty array. Ooh. Yeah, I don't know what is that crash. It's actually a frozen GPU bullshit, most likely. Oh yeah. I got this bullshit today, where everything became really slow in the GPU. Fuck. Yeah, this is not actually not CRETE. This is Time. What is the name? TDL or TDDR. I don't know the name of that shit. And I got that when I fucking OBS always. Yeah. Hey Mooney FR. Hi, it's been a while since I've been check out your streams. I mean, I didn't stream in a while neither, so the game has improved a lot. Thank you. It looks cool. Still in love with the aesthetics. You came in a day that The game looks a bit broken because I'm refactoring many things as we speak. But yeah, we hope the next playtest is gonna be a biggie one. Let me just do a Ctrl-Alt, Supprime and delete and close all the fucking shit I got in the background, because I don't know why now everything. Again, it's me dealing with, yeah, it's GPU stuff. Okay, there we go. And now it should come everything to normal, hopefully. But yeah, the scene wave is updated. Maybe I'm not that wrong in what I was doing. The big difference of doing in this way with AI director, it is that I need to do more checks that the other spawners can do by their own. The other spawners can do by their own the checks of each player. So the spawners has the agency of spawning the AI if the players are close to them, rather than me checking all the points to see what of these points has something close to them, you know? The thing is, even if the actors have this kind of agency, it is true that only one spawner should spawn at a time. Only one spawner should spawn. Only one. And I found cases, I don't know exactly why, to be honest, because I already did a gate that is checking the spawner to see, can I spawn? And if you say yes, then you put a boolean like someone is spawning and the other spawners don't spawn. But even with that, I feel I saw shit spawning in parallel. So maybe rather than this kind of big detour I'm making, I just should fix that part and that's it. Basically, I go here, difficulty, and is, okay, the spawner director is spawning, only if it's false, then do your shit, do your checks, keep going, who is close to you, blah blah, then the spawner says, okay motherfucker, you are now spawning. Why on hell you should later spawn again more stuff? That's the part I don't get. That's the part I don't get. That's the part I don't fucking get. Okay, so you spawn something. Let's say yes, and then you start doing your shit. That's correct. You do your spawns and then you finish your spawning and then you are open to spawn again. And you don't finish this until this is done. And once it's done, you are not spawning anymore, so you can call more spawning. Is there a situation where both of these things could happen in parallel? Is what I'm trying to guess. In theory, no, because this happens in one frame. There is no delays, there is nothing here. Am I incorrect? Because the first check I do is, if it's spawning, don't do more shit. Don't do more shit. It's spawning. Someone is spawning. And in the moment someone spawns, this happens already there. The only thing I can do, it doesn't make fucking sense, to be honest.
It doesn't make any fucking sense. I'm just adding a bit of delay, but there's a variance already. Why two of them are spawning at the same time? Because, okay, once finish spawning, I know. I know why. Because, okay, this guy finished the spawning, but then it's almost instant. Like, in a second, the spawners are open again. Which means, okay, you are close to me, sure, and the intensity, it didn't yet get to a level that this is relevant. So they spawn and there is no intensity. That's the issue. Once they spawn, they should immediately create intensity, or as a temporal solution, delay the boolean around 15 seconds, something like that. In other words, yeah, that was the problem. In other words, when I'm finishing all my spawning and I want to open the gate, this basically opens the gates to other spawners to keep spawning, because if you are not spawning, then you can spawn more. But the thing is, the next check is, oh cool, you can spawn more. And in my mind, it's like, okay, the intensity filter is not gonna spawn more enemies, because if you have 3-4 enemies already in gameplay, the intensity is gonna be the second door of this logic that is gonna be closed. However, the intensity doesn't happen instantly. It takes couple of half a minute to kick, because until the enemies are not close, they start attacking you, they start to doing things that create intensity in the director system. It's not gonna be filtered. It's gonna say, well, yeah, you spawn, but this is not intense. They are very far from you. We are not scoring enough points to consider that we shouldn't spawn. So yeah, basically, once they are spawned, they should create intensity, but because it's gonna be removed intensity, because later it's gonna be updated. The best thing I can do here, it is if in I don't know, in 15 seconds the intensity didn't reach the levels we expect, I could say even more, right? 15 or even 20. Then keep spawning shit, keep spawning shit. And this delay could be related with the time in the tile or the distance you are. Like the first spawners, they take time to reset, but later spawners are very quick spawning. So basically the intensity keeps going and keeps replacing. That difference between the spawning moment and the moment the AI is in front of you, that buffer of 10 seconds, 15 seconds, it was what was creating the problem. It didn't give me a snapshot of the real situation. I need to predict. I need at least to consider that the real information that is relevant is not in the present, it's in the future. How intense is going to be the things in 20 seconds? Because I don't spawn things in front of you like Cyberpunk. I spawn the things a bit hidden from you and then come to you later. This should fix it. Let's test the system maybe. And because I'm not doing this thing of checking bullshit and stuff, let's go to the director. And this thing I like it a lot, but let's keep back to the original idea. Pawns there, Boomba, done.
Yeah, this is the same. Yeah, I compare both pawns, so the intensity is divided by the health of the pawns as well. You know, if you are in a bad situation, it's more intense. Okay, this makes sense. Now, this bullshit I did here, now it's gonna be basically it's gonna be replaced. I think it's enemy location. I don't have it. That's okay, because I can put it here. Spawn actor from class. The transform. Let's do something a bit more creative, because happens in authority. This is my favorite part. When happens in authority, you can go wild, because you don't care things are replicated. So that's so amazing, which is not quite often. When you work with AI, for people that works in multiplayer, one of the most relaxing moments is when things are happening just in authority, just on server, and everything is automatically replicated. That's like, I can do whatever shit I want, because I'm having something after this node. When you work on this, is like peace of mind in general. Random float in range, something like this. Always spawn, ignore collisions, and then here we are gonna put a spawn. I think it's a spawn location, yeah. Yeah, this is the one. Okay, so we don't have those motherfuckers now. Every single place is a spawn location in this world right now as we speak, which is fucking cool. And crazy. Now, what else should we check before testing it? We got the world spawner spawning these fuckers. Now, the position, I guess this is working on begin play. This is doing this, is creating difficulty, and every 1.233 is doing these checks now. I want to, yeah, I think it's okay, this distance. I don't care too much, I think it's good. It is true that maybe these calculations, again, taking the arrow that I got that is a little bit high in the sky, and projecting that to the navigation and get a point in a reachable radius. But there should be another check here if this is reachable. There is a yeah, actually you can do this. You can take this point. I like how it is right now. I don't wanna mess too much, but you can just do a second check to, okay, this is reachable from the arrow, but now is this reachable from the player? And then with that you can make sure that this can reach the player. But in my case, I got AI spawning sometimes from rocks and from caves, so this is gonna fail while the CRETE system is gonna work, because they know a bit how to jump or how to get off rocks and things like that. So this information is not very reliable of what I want to do. So I need to trust a bit there that things will work blindly, but it is what we got right now. We are not gonna complain. So let's go. Okay, staging. Let's put this lit, and let's play and see what we get, because I'm not sure what the fuck is gonna happen. So the first of all is to see if the level has been generated. It has been generated, and it should have tons of spawn locations here. In total 296, maybe it's a bit too much. Hey, thank you for following. Sorry, I'm a piece of shit and I don't have the notifications of who is following, but I appreciate you. If you want to say hello, feel free. Thank you. All right. Hey, Joe, sorry, I just disconnected the OBS notification, so I like an old fart man that I'm struggling with OBS again. I don't know why nothing is working, so I don't see notifications. So what I want to do now is, okay, we got, this is too much, 300 spawners, even if they are not replicating, is a bit too much. But regardless, we are gonna test. I don't want to be bothered by yeah, keep in mind that in the editor everything is gonna be slow. There are many things and resources taken from blueprints. I'm not optimizing shit here, but I want to see what is going on. Okay, I see my first candidate there coming to me. Oiga. Okay. Sorry for the hitches. Stupid Unreal editor. It's worse and worse. When I was in Unreal 4, I didn't have these problems. I think it's a mix of Lumen and Nanite in editor. Later, when you pack the game, it runs super nice and smooth. There we go. That's the second one. And then, yeah, disappeared because the destroy bug I need to fix now. So that is gonna open the gate soon. And there we go. It's open again. That's cool so far. No more AI is spawned. No, these are and now soon, there we go, the next ones. Okay, the thing starts to work better. I hate these glitches. Again, fucking Unreal editor. And then they spawn more. Now the question is, let's imagine that I'm a cheeky player that knows the system, how it works. I'm also boycotting myself, testing this. I can move through the entire map with no problems. Correct? Let me test that, because I think I did something to prevent it. Yeah, they keep spawning. That's cool. So I'm gonna keep moving. They also are destroyed because I'm stupid. and the bug I mentioned before. Hey, do you also automatically generate the landscape for your game? Yeah, it's procedurally generated. Every single time you play is different. This is just the testing game, the testing staging, but yeah, there are mazes and stuff, and inside here also will generate dungeons. It's all procedurally generated and multiplayer, both things. But again, you are not seeing the best phase of the game right now because we are testing different things for performance. The good thing, I see the AI spawning more instances, which is cool. And the intensity increases little by little. Yeah, you see now it's getting hardcore because I'm moving forward, and that was the original plan. And I don't do tutorials now because I don't want. This is just a matter of time. I'm also working in another company doing game development, so it's just quite limited time. I do live streams, but I understand that sometimes it's not enough to catch. And also sometimes I just post on Reddit a bit of the behind the scenes. It is I always recommend to watch GDCs about procedural generation because there is no secret in Unreal how to do it. It's more about the math behind, for example, how they do procedural generation in Minecraft, how they do procedural generation in Valheim, how they do procedural generation with wave function collapse, or how they do procedural generation in Diablo 3 with programmatic dungeons, more like sockets style. Or how to do mazes, you know. If you know how to do mazes in Java, or how to do mazes in Python, or how to do mazes in just basic coding, you know how to do mazes in Unreal Engine. There is no secret. There is no like I'm gonna tell you how CRETE, you know, it's completely the same. You just, for example, in the case of CRETE, is a grid of 33 by 33 tiles. And then you do this with a vector array, and you have all the locations. And then you start doing pathfinding, which is basically pathfinding or path generation. Let's say you have point A, which is the starting point in the tile 1, 15, which is the first tile in the middle, in the first row. And then you need to reach, let's say, 2 exits in the north, in the top. And then you start iterating from this array. I want to take a random piece, and then you take that piece, and that piece is part of the path. Now you check this other piece. I want to find a piece, but that doesn't include any of the pieces that are part of the path, you know. And you iterate that and repeat and repeat and repeat and repeat until you get the solution. But I understand sometimes it's not a must. It's not a procedural multi-thread for procedural generation. Is not a must. It is a nice to have. I have to say that because I just changed again some. By the way, quick interruption. Yeah, it's cool because as you can see, the intensity is growing. So it's not in your interest to move forward without eliminating the enemies first, because now here you have a fucking situation, and that's cool. What is the name? PDG procedural the new Unreal Engine procedural generation is multi-thread, so you can use that as well. Again, the reason I'm not using the procedural generation of Unreal Engine 5.1 is not because its capability, it is because integration with CRETE at this moment. Otherwise, if I had to start CRETE today, I will consider to use that instead, because saves time, you know. And it's multi-thread, and it's deterministic for multiplayer. So anyway, the system works. One thing I want to do is over time, actually I end to the to the end of the tile. Yeah. So the system works, but we need to fix a couple of a couple of things. No worries. Happy to help. Again, it's hard to do tutorials of. It's a bit chaos, and don't get. It's less of what it looks. Okay, this is me being disorganized in general, but this is a little portion of the procedural generation of CRETE, which many of these things are not working anymore because we promoted everything to a C++ class, which does exactly what I did before in Blueprints. But there are many things going on here, like I start getting the nav mesh, yeah, little checks, and then here I create a multi-thread pool for that, and then debugger, which is to, if I want to debug stuff, I calculate the origin. I need that for other kind of task. Then what I do is to wait for the game state to create a seed, and once the seed is done, I just create a stream, and this is what is going to help to create the procedural generation in a deterministic way without even replicating the actors. I just replicate the seed, that's it. And I get other references like the spawners, etc., things that they are relevant later. Then I got a biome variation here. This is something that not per level, sorry, not like, let's say every level has a different biome, like you have desert, jungles, you know, the classic biomes. But each biome itself has a range of variations, so every single time you play is a bit different. The color of the grass, the plants it happens, the different hues, the different offsets of different noises, the type of noises, the bias of plants and stuff, they happen in the beginning as well. So you will find completely different level generation each time with a very wide range of options. The same happens with the maze variation. The recession, the neighbor cutoff, the worms are like little paths, and there are like, can be from 1 worm path to 20 worm path, which is like a fucking crazy tree of maze. Can be like massive mazes with wide spaces or very narrow. Threshold to add an arena, it can be a maze with just 1 arena or a maze with 20 arenas. What is the tree range? I mean, there are like a lot of stuff. This is the possibility of having a forest or not. It happens in many flavors, I would say. And then the maze variation, then we generate this happens in C++, but yeah, basically it takes all the variations are set, and we just build the path, and then we got all the cells, and the one I use is just this map, which here a bit crazy now. Basically I just code that in a vector structure with where I start to scale the distance between the different tiles to spawn them later. Yeah, here for example we got what is a void, what is a rock, what is an arena, what is a no rock inside path, horizontal path, vertical path, left inner border, right inner border, top inner border, bottom inner border, dead end south, dead end west, end north, and east, west, corner. So this basically codes with different arrays and numbers what is what, and this data can be used later for many other things in the future. You want to spawn like corner shapes, knowing that the corner starts in the north and exits on the west, so I can just define different kind of cool paths with tunnels, with, you know, it's not even yet built, but the system is ready to have this kind of stuff. It's pretty cool. So what goes next? So you get all this is coded and then it's saved, and here is this creates the information, the data, and this applies the data somehow. Sorry, this, yeah, it's more like there are like 3 steps somehow. Is this in C++ builds the data, this one's decodes or de-encrypts the data into relevant, and this one takes that data and spawn the shit. So that's where, if you go here, is where you can start seeing, like, for example, if I go here, sorry for this fucking spaghetti, I know it's crazy, but I know what I'm doing, more or less. You just take the different the different IDs, which is the code I dated, and this is a border, this is another type of border, like here you have a random tile module actors, like side module, this is the sides of the level, and this is all because this is already coded in this integer here that matches the integers you saw in the previous class, in the previous function, and that is taken from the ID, which is the third, is basically most likely, the W integer in this integer vector of 4 values. So you compress data. I don't even need to replicate this because it's deterministic, so that's fucking great. So this is a spawn, and this then the most expensive part is the foliage generation. This one is fucking heavy, and is where I do a multi-thread task foliage, the multi-thread task I did in the beginning. Basically, I need to calculate the length of the, well, I missed something actually, which is, so this is basically what creates the biggest sections, which is a house, a 33 meters wall, path, a 33 meters by 33 meters rock, something that is in the biggest tiles. But later, after finishing each of these, I start subdividing that. Imagine like in 3D, you subdivide a mesh into 2, into 3, 4 iterations, and then you have a point cloud, basically. So I do that one time, which is called point level generation. I do that another time, subgrid generation, and I do that another time, point subgrid generation, and I do that another time, point subgrid generation 2. And this gives me enough information to start spawning data, start spawning a foliage. Basically what I'm doing is taking a massive square and subdivide that square into, I think, I don't know, 500 parts, and I have now basically like this, like I can do it here. So I take this, and then I got this point. So the next thing I do is like, in fact, what I do is this. I have this point here, and here it can spawn a house. This is massive. This is you as a player. So this is a massive house, a massive whatever. And then I say, okay, give me this point, this point, this point. Let's put this in blue. Give me this point, this point, this point, this point, this point. And now I say, okay, give me the distance between this point and this point, this point and this point, 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 and then I do this, and I do this until I have a point cloud. That point cloud later is gonna be used for the foliage generation, which is here. If my brain allows me to find things. So yeah, I use before that I take the point subgrid generation and I divide this by 64, which is basically taking this subgrid and split it in 64 sections. So that basically gives me around 30 centimeters of distance between all of them. And that is the point cloud that I can use later for the multi-thread task, which is going to create the foliage. These are different tasks that they all calculate that and they just line trace and they just spawn the things. Well, they don't spawn, they just give me points. They give me points that I can take from them here, and then I put them back to my main class, and this massive array of points, it is the perfect rotation, location and scale of each grass there. But there is one step more, which is, this is just an array, is a multi-thread spawn. So now each of these arrays, now the stones, the tall grass, the A plants, the B plants, etc., 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 are gonna be appearing there. Yeah, of course, you don't need to, you already had the information, right? So just split it in smaller parts, and then even with that, you can just make a bit of randomness later. Like basically you can, subdividing is quite efficient. But if you go here to the multi-thread, the grass task, this is the task. I just take each little task. This is multi-thread, so every core is doing a different operation, a different little section of the map. So this can work in parallel and very, very fast. But basically I'm dividing every single one of them in 2 indexes, and this is the distance, 27 centimeters between them. And then I add a bit of extra variations, minus 30 centimeters to 30 centimeters. So the grass is not a perfect grid, it's a bit, more artistic driven or a bit more organic. We are almost there. We spawn all the shit. We spawn all the shit actually here. And then I guess I'm clearing up the arrays. Apparently not. I say clearing up, but I'm not clearing up. I should, but for some reason it's not happening. So if I go to event graph, I spawn the calls here. That's not very relevant. It's very small. Some calls. And later I take the data and I draw the minimap from the data as a texture, and that texture later is applied into a material. I clamp the texture and I put this get all actors class, the ground, and then I put the texture, I set the material that goes to the UI, which is here. And then we got the finalized procedural generation, which is I force the navigation mesh to be calculated. This is the part I mentioned before. I delay a bit, and then the cinematic starts, which again, more stuff for the cinematic. Then the quest system starts with, this is not relevant. I delay a bit. I create the HUD. I initialize the HUD. This is the minimap now. That is the texture. We got the texture. Now we apply it into the HUD, and we show the minimap. And that's the last part of the level generation. Boom, done. So this is almost 2 years of work. With, again, you are seeing just the tip of the iceberg, because many things are being already removed or refactored or sent to C++. So it is not like easy tutorial. The tutorial would be how to make maybe a little maze of, it would be nice series to do, but there is a lot of trial and error depending on what you want to do. And I think for maze generation there are a lot of tutorials, but my recommendation, honestly, GDCs, because they're gonna trigger your inspiration on how to do things very nicely. I didn't even mention how the grass is calculated. We use noises here. We use a Perlin fractal noise, different types of noises, clamping, a lot of fucking chaos shit here, different materials, and a lot of stuff, a fractal, a Perlin, all this stuff. But once you got it, it's fun, but it's also a long path. But once you got it, it's really fun to experiment with. no analyze, it's cool. So enemies, what's up with the enemies that they get destroyed? Why they get destroyed though? I don't know why they get destroyed if I'm doing these checks. This, so performing ability. Oh, because I'm fucking stupid. That's why. Because I'm fucking stupid. Has matching plug. No, it was like this. Is a holder guy? If he's not, don't destroy him. Is in combat? Only if he's not in combat. Don't perform. Is not performing ability. Okay, if he's not performing ability and is not in combat and is not a holder type of AI, then you can start this kind of checks about destroying this fucking stupid actor that is doing nothing at all. Because this means if you are not holding a position, if you are not fighting, and you are not performing ability, what the fuck you are doing being static? Am I missing something here? Imagine an AI. This is basically for AI that gets stuck into nowhere for a reason it's hard to understand. Need to check. First of all, maybe it's fighting and is summoning something static for 5 seconds there or something. Okay, that doesn't count. If it's performing an ability, it doesn't count. Both combat or ability. Now, there is some kind of AIs that they are static. They are holding a position, and that's already determined on CRETE. Like holding gates, holding houses, holding stuff. If you are a holder type, it's okay, mate. Don't destroy yourself. I understand you. I know you. I believe in you. Don't do that. It's not nice. Now, couple of extra things. I wanna put this a bit less speed. And the second check I want to wait. I want to do 3 checks actually. And the last one is gonna be the one that is gonna be obvious. Like if I'm stupid. Maybe I am. And then if I do these 3 checks, it makes sense. This is the velocity is very slow. Then destroy yourself, mate. Oh yeah, no worries, man. I just talk a fucking lot. As a Spaniard, we talk a lot. Sometimes more than what people want or need. But cost me nothing. Also, it's a nice way of keep my mind refreshed about the systems and think about that. Oh, we got these guys there. That's something I should fix because I want to experiment with them. I'm gonna put them actually. Yeah, because they can't reach me. I'm gonna put them there. I think it's smarter. Unless there is something that... I mean, nothing should spawn there, but... who knows? Yeah, I'm gonna put them there. And this other one maybe can be around there or something. I don't know. Okay, let's test this shit, man. Again, apologies if it goes slow and it's annoying. Man, this fucking thing is doing a collision with the... I just don't get it. Anyway. There we go. First one. The next one should be already spawning. What is this timing? Hostia. Hostia. It's broken, eh? It's shit. We just need animations for that. Okay, what I want to see is if the temples... Oh, of course, there are no houses because I'm not letting houses to appear. So fucking stupid. Of course, I'm stupid. Okay, I will fix that. My intensity is 1.2. 2 of intensity. It makes sense. Nice, nice. Now they are spawning in a nice space. I like this. There we go. That's cool. I like this. This is cool. This is exactly what I wanted. Now 2 of them, that's fucking great. Something should spawn close to me. Okay, I give 5 seconds to have an spawning. 1, 2, 3, 4. Disappointment. Disappointment. It should happen already. Why is not happening? Why so much time? Yeah, it should be earlier. Sorry, lady. And the more I go to the north, the more intense should become. Crazy forest. But I should see AI here already. This sleeping time is... Oh, there we go. Oh, yeah. It's getting intense. Yeah, 4 of them. Fuck me. If I try to go backwards now... Yeah, I think it's because the intensity is quite high. I think no more thing is gonna be a spawn. Yeah, the intensity is very high. I see 4.5, yeah. And dead. Okay, that's cool because it works. The thing is I didn't spawn any houses that I wanted. Sorry, I'm gonna read you guys. Loving the progress being made. Coming here every once in a while and I can't help but grin when I see all the work done between streams. Thank you so much, Osakura. I appreciate that. Do you have any tips for the weapon swapping to be that fast? Did you handle it at gas or ability character events? The switching weapons now. Hey, thank you, Ranafal. How are you? No, it's an ability that switch weapons. It's called, I think it's called switcher. What I don't know now is I think it's predicted. It's very simple, eh? Yeah, I remove all the... it's not fair to say I'm solo developer because we got JL Born, which is an amazing C++ programmer, and he helps me with all the C++ part. But to be honest, also to the truth, and he knows this, and we are happy to say this, I'm the one putting my ass every single fucking day because I work on this full time. He works on this when he has the time. So That's the difference, and I completely understand and respect that. It is what it is. But since 2021 almost, I just decided to quit visual effects and transition to game development, and I decided just to full on in CRETE, which is a biopunk universe, a bit inspired by my previous project, which is the Cito Yuna, more in filmmaking. So that's my story, and that's why it's not fair to say I'm solo developer, but at the same time it's fair to say I'm putting my ass on this. Like really a fucking lot of time and efforts, and now we are growing. Now we can hire people, we can start scaling the universe more in the 2D art and music side, 3D modeling creatures and stuff, there is a Discord channel if anyone is interested. But yeah, this you can see a bit of the art here and there, so yeah. So this is the one. Oh fuck, of course. In Twitch I can't because I'm not logging. Sorry, because I'm stupid. But I guess it's in the description. But just to put you a glimpse of what we are trying to build, we are a bit of work in progress. We are building these things and these creatures with many ideas going on at the same time. Like we got here the wolves, work in progress, the widow for CRETE. The embryo pods we are building. We are building also in the houses that you will find in the island of CRETE. This is from the human side, but still they're interesting and that stuff. So I think that's cool. Yeah, a lot of stuff. A lot of art, a lot of cool shit that we are building. Hey, thank you. I see someone join. I guess it's one of you guys. But yeah, super exciting. This is, by the way, the procedural generation of the levels, some snapshots of how was the system, the conversations, how this works, ideas for prototyping, like how the worms theory. This is how it looks in terms of coding data. CRETE, citizens of Limbic Corporation, which is basically a military command. Some of the enemies you will find. Ria, Demian, Chris, there's an old one, Hestia, Cremi the ancestors, you saw them already. Chris and Demian. I mean, it's a lot of art in the project. The ancestors. Many people, Prometheus, man. Every single time someone tells me Prometheus, I got already a GIF, which is this one. So there you have it. Prometheus. It's fucking Greek sculpture proportions, and that's why the name of the game is CRETE. No joke on that. So yeah, yeah, that's a bit of the art of the game in a nutshell. Because there's a lot of videos and stuff, but I don't want to bore everyone. We are working now in a nice, cool mutation system that will come at some point soon. We are working on that. We are working in the pre-production, not in blueprints yet. Basically, I can share with you what is the idea behind. It's more complex than this. You will have most likely a gun. Let's say this is whatever, your gun or your rifle or whatever. Okay, with all the cable, that is the biopunk bullshit and stuff. And then here you will have this is like UI, like how you will see the UI. You will see basically a silhouette and stuff, and then you will have a DNA string, and then a cat here in the DNA string, and you will have the other thing here. Now, in every of these slots, you will have two kinds of slots, and every gun will have a different amount of slots here, like sockets. But basically, you will have the static slots, which are, for example, I'm gonna put and then this could be in many variations, and then you have the I did this wrong. Okay, let's put yeah, 2 static slots and 3 dynamic slots. So basically, every gun can be modified in 2 ways. One is permanent, which you can apply any mutation, like more fire rate, electrify your bullets, you know, like any kind of effect that you can find in any game, and you will be able to do that there with static slots, basically. So let's say I'm gonna put mutations, like you have an static mutation here, like this, and then you can keep going with another mutation static forever here, like this, and this keeps going. Now, these 3 other slots, the dynamic ones, can be only applied in gameplay. So you will find mutations in the levels, and you can apply them in real time in your gun. But you need to decide which ones are going to be the ones that are going to be in this gun that you are going to build forever. And you can obviously replace them, but only outside the levels. These other 3 slots can be moved around and only inside the levels itself. So you have always a balance of preparation of your different weapons with different mutations, but also you need to choose what are going to be the variations on top. And these variations, if you think about it, has the beauty that need to be somehow connected with the static slots. So for example, you have a fire rate, is going to combine very well with any potential damage slot you find. Or you have electrify and you want to apply that with also slowing down, you can electrify them while slowing down. So you also need to think what are going to be your statics, because depending on your statics modifications, you want to apply different dynamic ones altogether. So it's a bit of tactics there, and obviously this happens with the gun, but also with the melee weapon. So it's like double mutations plus also the body itself. So yeah, it's kind of interesting. Oh yeah, mounts. Well, that's gonna be a long one. It's not yet decided, but you mean the idea of CRETE or the system? Or the idea of CRETE is I come from filmmaking. I've been working in different films and also in my own pilots and TV series and stuff. So the creative process is the same. You start with a prototype. You start with a very simple outline of a narrative idea, and you start to see if this is going to function or not. Usually you start with 3 ideas, and you take the strongest one. The idea of CRETE comes from an old project I was going to do a TV series of dark humor. Actually, it's fucking crazy. That it was called CRISPR-10, which is based on biohacking technology. It was like a dude that he hacked himself. I can't remember. Like, it's like he hated science, but at the same time he was super addicted to biohacks and things like that. So, kind of interesting character. So I just took that idea and built something more related to potential video games and merged it with the idea of the Cito Yuna, which is biopunk. Many people, when watch the Cito Yuna, they ask me if this is a video game or would be this a great video game. So I thought, okay, I'm gonna take the CRISPR-10 idea plus the Cito Yuna idea and merge both things together, and that's where CRETE started, in the mix of biohacking, biotechnology, with obviously Giger and Biopunk, which is also one of the things I've been doing in the last 10 years, with Desito Yuna. And then you start to think about the gameplay, how you want to do it. One of the early things we decided is this needs to be multiplayer. I want a game that feels as challenging as a multiplayer esport, but being cooperative together, like cooperative rogue-like or rogue lite or light, but strong, like fucking hardcore. Like you don't have AI telling you when it's gonna attack you. You don't have like hidden mechanics. Everything is fucking intense, and you can lose things. Imagine a bit of Tarkov, but more like RPG somehow. RPG or roguelike somehow. So yeah, this system is more or less what we were building there. So yeah, sorry, I just diverted again. Back to where? Oh yeah, I'm not spawning houses. Let's spawn some fucking houses, no? So let's go to the world spawner. Yeah, the mounts, that's not confirmed yet, but because it's a lot of work, and for multiplayer even more. But maybe if we got the budget, we got the money, we can expand to that level. We got a couple of cool ideas for mounts, but I'm not a fucking smoke seller, you know? You see the amount of bullshit there are there with fucking Web3, vertical slide, they look like shit, big promises, the new MMO crap on Kickstarter. I'm not one of those. I can tell you, I'm gonna deliver my shit. I'm not asking for the money of anyone. I don't give a fuck. I'm happy and I'm lucky enough that I can pay for this because I'm working in another company that they pay me well, making games as well, and working with fucking amazing people. So I don't need to go now to Kickstarter and yo, we got here the new MMO and it's gonna give you mounts and NFTs and you are gonna be happy forever in this game because it's gonna be the best MMO from World of Warcraft and it's gonna replace World of Warcraft. And I don't need that. That's the reality. So I'm very fortunate of the situation. At the same time, because I don't need that, I can tell you the mounts I wish, but I know that maybe it doesn't happen. So up front, what is gonna happen is a cooperative multiplayer intense with a polished combat system, procedural level generation, and a biopunk story that happens in Kepler Zero. We just see this crazy biome that mixes alien planet with biopunk. That's the package. That's the delivery. Then the rest of things are extras, are like, you know, little pieces that would be nice to have, but maybe happen, maybe not. I don't need to promise things. So that's the beauty of the freedom in my situation. I don't need to promise. I don't need to scam people. I don't need to convince of anyone. I do playtests publicly. Maybe, you know, some people know that every 3 months, 2 months, 1 month sometimes. The next one most likely will be in July. So this is like next month. We do public, open playtest, free for everyone that has a Steam account. And you can play the game. So no secrets. And that's one of the things I'm very obsessed about. I don't want to oversell shit. I just want people to play the game and judge by themselves. If they don't like it, they don't like it. If they like it, they will stay. It's as simple as that. I don't pretend to deliver something small or something like we want to do something fucking cool and we are gonna do it no matter what. There is no a scenario where this is not gonna happen. What could happen is what is the scope, how much we can push the world, how many acts we want to deliver. There are 4 acts in the game. Maybe we can only deliver the first one. Maybe we can deliver 2. Maybe we can deliver 4. How many cinematics we can put? Maybe we can put all the story there. Maybe we can put half of the cinematics and the other goes in storytelling or environmental storytelling. So we need to be smart about the budget. I got the money first because I got a Epic Mega Grants like 2 years ago. It was a good Mega Grant. So I was lucky enough to just quit VFX and put all my time and dedication into this project. The second thing is, again, because I've been working in the industry for a while in VFX, I can get good money just for my time in other projects. I work efficiently. I work with, I would say, quite a bit of good productivity, so I get paid well in that time. So right now I'm working in another company, sometimes 1 day, sometimes 2 days a week, and that gives me enough margin to work on CRETE and to scale the project on CRETE. And also the people that I work in this other company also, they show interest on CRETE and they want to help me on this. So it's kind of interesting. But again, to get to this point, you first need to deliver something in the past. You need to prove yourself that you are not a smoke seller, that you don't have just a millionaire idea and you just need someone to execute it. No, dude, you execute first, you deliver first, and then you ask for help, and then you ask for money, and then you ask for trust. Like someone asked me again, when I was at the NEC, someone asked me like, how do I do to have a team of people when I work in the city of Yuna? If, people sometimes don't trust or people don't want to collaborate and things like that. But the answer is simple. Deliver a small teaser of your project and make that teaser in a way that there is no a single chance of someone telling you, no, I don't want to collaborate or I don't want to help. Make a fucking mind-blowing teaser. Make a fucking mind-blowing trailer. And then make a fucking mind-blowing short film. And then make fucking mind-blowing TV series. And then make, a scale like a snowball effect. Do something small, but deliver it. And deliver it in a high-quality standard. Show that you know what you are talking about. That you are not just someone that landed into video games or someone who landed into VFX and has big ideas and big dreams that, no one thought before, but you are the genius. And it's like, okay, show me what you got. No, I don't, I just have ideas. Yeah, well, you know what? 6-8 billions of people have ideas, even babies have ideas. Why your idea worth more than the idea of my neighbor? The answer? Because I deliver. This is what I can do. Fuck, I like this. Shit, you did this. Yeah, I did this. Man, let's do something together. Okay, let's fucking go. And then we can talk about salary, we can talk about equity, we can talk about collaboration, we can talk about many formulas depending on your current situation in life. If you have the money to pay, if you don't have the money and you prefer to find equity or a partnership or collaboration, depending on you're a student, you are starting the industry, you are not going to create a company from nowhere. But when you have a bit of experience, you can say, okay, let's find equity, let's find a percentage, let's find formulas to work together. So that's more or less how you can build projects with trust, showing that you deliver, basically. That's my little advice. Like, demo reels, what is your project in your personal life? Show me what you can do by your own. Show me that you put your ass in something for real. That you're a fucking warrior, that you are not just a random, like, oh, got good idea. You can't imagine, sorry for the rant, but it's interesting. You can't imagine how many messages I receive almost daily about someone with a big idea, but doesn't find the people to produce it. Are you fucking kidding me? Don't send an email saying that you have a good idea. Send me that your idea already started. Show me where you are. Your email doesn't show me where you are. Doesn't show me how much dedication and time you put on there. It shows me like you just woke up with a millionaire idea, but you don't even know where to start. That's not a good sign. I'm not saying to pitch people with something perfect, but dude, sometimes you have just one opportunity, 30 seconds, elevator pitch. And that elevator pitch is going to define if you're going to get 5 million or nothing. Those 30 seconds doesn't have to be, I have a good idea and I need the money. What the fuck are you talking about? Those 30 seconds, you fucking take the iPad, you show a fucking crazy trailer, you tell them this is fucking crazy, they just jaw drop and they say, wait. I need more than 30 seconds. What the fuck is this, man? Let's talk. Boom, done. You know, that's how you pitch. That's how you want them to want more, not to want less. And this is something that people need to practice. And one of the things that happens is, like, many game developers or many indie filmmakers, they are incredibly good in making games or in making films, but they forget that one of the most important skills is social skills, and how to actually how you deliver, but not just the product, how you deliver the message of what is your game about. You know, why should I care? You know how many MMOs are there? You know how many shooters are out there? You know how many RPGs out there? Why your game is worth it? Why your game is different? It's because the procedural generation. It is because it's a 2D pixel art, super amazing with amazing, beautiful animation. It is because it's 3D voxel that is completely different than Minecraft, because it brings a kind of sci-fi universe. What is the differentiator? I need to know what is different. And once you get that, boom, you can start selling. You can start creating interest. I hope that makes sense. Just sharing some advices that is applicable to game development or raising funds, to building teams, to visual effects, to making a movie, to making a medium-sized projects. We have Discord, and I'm on LinkedIn quite active, because the other thing I do with my little free time is to fight a bit against all the fucking AI bullshit, theft. So that's the other things to do is in social media is CRETE on Discord and LinkedIn a bit, and then LinkedIn just AI fuckery. In Instagram is personal Instagram. Again, our company is small. We are 3-4 people, and most of the cases is just me. So it's not like we are entrepreneurs. It's me, game director, and then we got a 3D modeler, concept artist, and again, as I mentioned before, the programmer, which is working sometimes, but sometimes can't because he doesn't have all the time in the world. So it just depends. To be honest, most of the we don't pretend to build a big company. We just want to make big games with a small company somehow, So that it's not even like something you should even care, because I don't even care. I have a fucking mess of things to catch up with the company itself, So it's not like something like, wow, look at what Hideo Kojima Productions, it's small. So I'm lucky that most of my team, LinkedIn, I would say, I post a lot on LinkedIn and I post a lot on Reddit, but before that I worked in VFX for 10 years. So the starting team of CRETE, they were friends. They were friends and it's quite related of what I said. I found the people because they saw Desito Yuna, my second pilot, because they saw Sumer, my first pilot. They know I deliver. They know I do things, and I have my beliefs in how to do things, and they understand that. So that's why people can say, yes, okay, I want to collaborate with you, because otherwise it's complicated. Like going to strangers, it's hard to build that relationship. It's better to be a bit active in social media, in gamescons, in GDCs, in these places, and trying to find your tribe. And from that tribe, you start to build your team in that order, either in person or Reddit, LinkedIn, YouTube. If you have a prototype that looks cool on YouTube, show that prototype. Show me what you got there, and you will find the people. I'm pretty sure you will. That piece of presentation is what I said before. You need to Show me. Why should I? Why you and not other? And I'm pretty sure you can find a way, like a trailer, a teaser, a vertical slice, a prototype, something that looks, wow, this is cool, let's do something together. Okay, sorry, too much talking today. I need to spawn houses. that's the challenge, to focus in one thing, which is spawning fucking houses. Where are my goddamn fucking houses? I need those guys to come back, because now they are not there. That's not nice. I don't like it. So how we are gonna do this? Thank you for asking. I have no clue. I have no fucking clue, because we got a bit of a situation here. No worries, good luck, man. Keep trying, keep pushing, do something great, convince people by facts, by actions. Little secret, people don't trust words, even if they say so. People trust actions. We are very pragmatic, even if some people are very, you know, it's a word, deceivable, easy to deceive. Most of the people out there with a bit of experience, they see what they see with the eyes, and whatever they see with the eyes is where they put their time and effort. So, you know, take them from the eyes. Hey, thank you for subscribing, Ranau5. I guess I said it. Oh, yeah, Ranaufal, no? I have a fucking mess of names. All right, let's keep pushing. Let's keep pushing. Authority. Sorry for the rant as well. So we got this flip-flop. This flip-flop is not that nice as my look, because it's spawning less shit, and I don't like to spawn less shit. I want to spawn the shit I want to spawn. Now, how can I spawn the shit I want to spawn? Great question. Great question. I'm glad you are asking that, because I have no fucking idea. So, oh, nice. Yeah, to be honest, my name, no one says my name correctly. Alvaro, but I don't care. As I imagine it happens with anyone from another country trying to say the names of the other country is always a fucking mess. So you just give up and say, yeah. Call me Johnny. Call me Tom. I'm okay with Tom. Call me Tom. I don't give a fuck. Call me my lord. Sir, call me sir. Show me some respect. I don't give a fuck what you choose. I'm gonna be happy with most of the names you came up. Okay. So let's follow the white rabbit. First. Holy shit, man. Okay, so this is a lot of things going on here. And there is something that I don't like too much. And what I don't like is that, yeah, everything is an spawner, but yeah. Maybe, fuck, how should I do this? Okay, let's do the following shit. Let's put this. It's just a bit annoying, but anyway, yeah, let's do this. Let's put this first, and let's put this, I guess, here. And this is gonna be basically spawners. I'm doing a fucking mess, I'm aware of that. So this doesn't allow anything to happen there. Now, every house is also a potential spawner. That's fucking great. I not gonna lie. I love that. I'm just trying to find... Oh, look at this. So what I'm trying to do here though, I'm trying to spawn a plant. Okay, so let's put another one here. I'm just trying to find places where to put the spawners in general in the world generation. I'm doing this a bit Tom. I like it. That's interesting. I like this. And this goes spawn location. Basically, not leaving exits. There should be something everywhere. Even here. Even here. Okay, whatever. That's already some taste there. Now, in the second generation part, fuck me, man, fuck me. I want to die right now. In the second generation, which is actually here, this is not authority. This is authority. And yeah, what I'm doing here is hard to define. I can't imagine what I was trying to do. Start deleting shit that I know it's not needed. But basically this is a point available. The first thing I do is to check a random thing. This is the plant crazy stuff there. Oh, okay, let's delete this. Okay, so I check this, I check the actor filter, And this is false. Hostia, this is interesting. I like this. This is perfect. This is perfect. I fucking love this place there. Perfect. I love this place there. And this is happening already on authority, so I don't even need this. I just need to take this though. We can test what we got here. I'm not completely sure, but we will. I think I need to test this right now. Question. I think I broke something. Stream. I don't know if I broke or not, but why this is sometimes turning invisible? It's a mystery. No, these ones I broke them. I don't know why. I don't know if it's... What? Oh, dude. Okay, let's remove. Let's remove. Let's remove this. Horde span, enemy. Okay, this one we need it. I don't think we need this. We don't need this. What is this box? Fuck this shit. This child actor. Fuck this shit. We can leave this. Biomass. We can leave this. Delete this. No, not this. Okay. We can leave all this there. Okay, that should work now. I don't know what the fuck it was that, to be honest. But also I should have this yellow one, which is the real. Oh no, actually I think I'm being a bit stupid. More or less, or something. So this is the holder. But do I have also... I think I have, but it's this, no? Come on, you can be this. Spawn location, fuck yeah, plant 4. So is plant 4 here spawn location? Yeah, baby, there we go. That's my boy. So I'm gonna put it a bit there, and I think also this should be maybe there. That's my intuition. I don't want these guys to collide each other, because there are different spawners and arrows and stuff there. Okay, let's test this quickly. I think I'm not missing anything. Maybe I am, but whatever. Need to test. First of all, there are houses. Okay, there are. Not too much though. But there are. I don't know what happened with the bear. Okay, there are enough spawners, I can tell you that. Oh, that was a a close one. Okay, one house there. What is the closest house? Okay, I got two there. Yes, there is one guy there. Oh fuck. Nice. Oh no. I pressed the button and now... Come on. The intensity level works as expected, that's cool. Now it's 0, now it's gonna be around 2, yeah. Hostia puta. Oof, too risky. There we go. Headshots. Valorant. Too much Valorant. Too much. Buah, tío. Alright, fair. Good. Fair enough. Tested. Things work as expected. Progress, for sure. I will pack the game. I will test it more offline. But I'm excited about the scaffolding of the AI generation. I like how it feels a bit of constant pace, progression, difficulty, groups is the beginning of something new. So I'm pretty excited. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. See you soon. Bye bye. Take care.